Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first of 3 live broadcasts. And yes, I will be looking at conversations this morning. Let me take a look and see who's here. Now, LinkedIn is the world's largest social network, professional social network. And it's no longer a secret. No longer a secret. So you have literally millions of marketers are rushing to join it every month, forcing LinkedIn to make some significant changes. And if you're not up on those changes, your competition is going to have an advantage over you. LinkedIn is being overwhelmed. Now, they currently have 1 billion, 10 million professional users. And it's easy to connect with perfect prospects because you can tell by the content on their profile why they're on LinkedIn and what their agenda is. For years, I've used the image of the candy bowl. The green M&Ms represent people that are looking for a business. I'm going to pop over here. And I'm going to share some new features with you. Daryl, I'm glad to see you made it this morning. Hope everything's working out for you. Okay. It's a 4-step process. Create your profile. Put yourself out there so that people can see you. And most people don't realize they're invisible. Let me kind of scroll down and let's look at Karen. So Karen, I'm trying to look you up on LinkedIn. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay. So do you see yourself here?
I think it might be that first one.
Okay.
Yes.
And oh, you're up early.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, your settings are good in that you have a connect button, which is what people need to see. And now this is something, folks, this is a new feature of LinkedIn. So it looks like 2 weeks ago, you made a change to your profile, and this was broadcast out to everybody. This is a great way to reconnect with everybody that you're connected with. But let's go ahead and take a look at your profile. All right, so you're a dental hygienist, and you're also involved in Great Life Worldwide. What kind of a business, what kind of a company is that?
It's a nutrition company, and digital products that just went to 200 countries about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that sounds exciting. So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying, yeah, it's just all new that we've gone into these countries. So I need to clean up my profiles. I like Torrey Pines Dental Arts. I haven't been there in a long, long time, but I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I'm on this webinar.
Okie doke. Well, you came to the right place.
Mhm.
So first and foremost, let me explain the concept. Social networking law number one is what you see is what you get. What people see on your profile is what they expect that you want to talk. Now, there are basically two ways to promote things on LinkedIn. One, you could turn your profile into a virtual commercial for your business, and wait for people that are looking for you, find you, and it's not going to take you very long to discover that nobody's looking for you. So you can proactively go out and connect with people. But when you send a connection request and they see that you're promoting a product or a service, or in the minds of many people, you're one of those people. You're one of those pyramid pushers. It actually slows down, reduces the number of people that will connect with you. Now, sometimes people will connect with you in anticipation. All right, when is she going to hit me with her deal? Now, so let me ask you, what did you do before 2008?
I've been in nutrition companies for about 25 years. So there were 4 or 5 other companies that I was involved with and still working as a hygienist.
Okay. So you've been a hygienist for prior to 2008.
Oh, way too long. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, and I notice that one of the people that you're connected to is Marty. We work at, you know, Marty?
No, I don't.
And Marty was a student of mine years ago that wanted to prospect and recruit out of Arizona State University, and showed him how to do it. He ended up bringing somebody into his business that, well, he was in college, that became $1 million earner in 4 years. And they used a strategy. They called their team the Young People's Revolution, because what they did was they went after other college students. And the strategy was they were going after people that were working for Burger King or Denny's, or working in retail part-time. And they could show people how you can make more money without having to do those kind of jobs. And it spread all over the country faster than COVID did. And but that's anyway, that's a different story. But again, what happens is we're connected to a lot of people that we don't know. Now, when you complete your profile, when you fill it out correctly, and I'm going to give you I'm going to invite you to participate in our LinkedIn and Facebook bootcamp that's going to be starting on the 15th, where we'll help you go through all of this. But just to give you an example, dental hygienist. It's always easier to talk to people that share your experience. So if we went up here and we did a search, see how many dental hygienists are on LinkedIn. You have 153,000.
Wow.
Okay. sometimes when I show this to people that here for the first time, I totally disrupt your day, and they can't sleep at night because, I mean, there's 150,000, 55,000 people that would talk to you. You could break that down by location. So show me all the dental hygienists in the United States. You got 94,000. We could filter that down again. We could say, show me all the dental hygienists that are looking for an opportunity. And there's about 7 different words. So you've got 465 dental hygienists. So here's somebody in Texas, registered dental hygienist looking for new opportunities outside of a clinical practice. And notice she's got the follow button, which slows down the whole process. You want to have a connect button. So it's just one person. Bring up the profile. And so the question is, why is she looking for something else? But she's clearly looking for something else. So reaching out and connecting with her would easily generate a conversation. So you mentioned that you were in some other network marketing companies.
Right.
What were some of the other ones you were in?
New Vision, Vima, Zija, Isagenix.
New Vision. That was New Vision. That was BK Barreco.
Yes.
And I'll tell you something. I was they did they had the founder of New Vision died, and the kids took it over. It didn't.
Oh, right. Ben.
Right. And so I met BK, and I met what's his name?
Jason.
Jason. Jason and I became, really good friends. BK would go on to launch Vima.
Oh, yeah.
Were you in Vima?
Oh, yeah. That was very disappointing at the end there. That was a tough one.
Yeah. Let me bring somebody up here because I love sharing stories. Katie. Katie Goodhart. Now this frankly should motivate a lot of you. And I've known Katie for about 12 years. When we initially started working together, she was in Amway. And she loved the concept that she could build a business online. And at the time, it was MySpace more so than Facebook.
Right.
And LinkedIn. And so using the process, Karen, that you're about to learn, she was on her way to Diamond. And she was building her Amway business around the country. She lived in Vegas and spent some time in LA. So she was the darling of all of the diamonds in Southern California and Vegas. They were always bringing her up on stage. She was always sharing her story. Now, Amway has a compensation plan called a breakaway, which means at certain times part of your organization can break away. You lose it. So when she hit Diamond, the Amway Diamonds in Vegas were going to lose her. And she had a growing team. It was robust. So all of a sudden, they started to ignore her. They weren't giving her any stage time. And she got really pissed off. And I said to her, I said, you're going to break away from these people as soon as we hit diamond. So why don't we keep going with this? I was coaching her. And she said, no. She said, I don't like this whole thing. So she walked away. She not only is she a nurse, she does she's into fitness. She's really entrepreneurial. So she jumped into some other things. Then she came back and went looking for another company, and she jumped into Vima. Now, love the products, active, and it took her 8 months. All right. And she's just we projected that she was going to hit diamond in September. Well, you know what happened in August was Vima got challenged by the Federal Trade Commission. They got shut down. It killed the business. Absolutely killed the business.
Sure did.
And it's one of the things that you have to be aware of, in this business. But one of the things we teach in our retreats is that when something like that happens, it doesn't necessarily have to be the end. Because when the company closes or when the company experiences that kind of difficulty, it affects everybody. And so the most successful people in your business, instead of throwing your hands and walking away, you find another business. You find a company that has products you can be passionate about, a company that has a good compensation plan. And then what you do is you go back to your team members, or in Vima's case, everybody was basically out the window. So you could go after other leaders and bring teams of people with you to the next company. And that's how people go to the top of their companies quicker and faster. Most people don't know that. Most people, when something happens, like they throw up their hands and, I knew I shouldn't have done this. And I mean, I could get it. I mean, I got all the whole details of, were you in Vegas at their last convention?
Probably. I don't think I missed one of them.
Okay. Well, yeah, because they had all these kids.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just, I mean, totally, disruptive. And from what I understand, BK had married I think a Phoenix Suns cheerleader. And so he kind of took his eye off the ball, and because frankly, it never should have happened. The federal.
Yeah, it never should have happened. Yeah, he was warned, I think, quite a few times indirectly, and he ignored it.
Mm-hmm. So, for example, now you could come up here. So anyway, Katie went off and did a bunch of other things. And now she's in another networking company. And, she's building that. And, she has a lot of stuff going on. And a lot of the people that were in those other companies with her, have followed her over. You can come over here, for example, and go up here. Let's go up here. Let's look for people. So there's 5,900 people that have something to do with Vima.
With Vima, wow.
Okay. Now, depending upon how active they are. So this was somebody that was in Vima. Now they're in another company. Depending upon, I mean, this could be another group of people that you could talk to, or you could go up here and you could do a search for people in general. Looking for an opportunity. We got 1,500,000 people. Okay. Now, by the way, how are you doing out there with the weather?
You know, it's on my way to work here in about an hour, and it's just still pouring.
Mhm.
We're so flooded, but
Mhm.
that's the state of California. They don't
Yeah.
know how to get the rain, and they don't do anything to help. Like they didn't clean out the storm drains, so we're just we're fine. But there's so many people that have lost everything.
Okay. So here's a strategy. You go over here for location. We could do San Diego. All right. So these are the people in San Diego that are looking for an opportunity. You got 4,100.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you're not going to sleep tonight. Or because it's like all of Southern California, you can go over here and you can. So understand how easy it is to start a conversation with someone by simply, it's, how are you being affected by, hey, how are you being affected, by the storm, by the weather? Easy way to, and you don't have to live in San Diego to do it. Or we could come over here and we could do a search, which might be more effective. Just do the whole state of California.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Okay. So looking for opportunities in California, you got 59,000 people.
Whoa.
All right. So the key is to select the people that, based on who they are, based on what they do. This person here, looking for my new and exciting opportunity. I don't know where Westlake Village is.
I don't need it.
Okay. Now that's easy to remedy. You just bring up a map, and you can find it on a map.
Right.
All right. So here is somebody. Let's look at this one. All right. So here she is looking at a new and exciting opportunity. She's got that open to work frame around her picture. Seeking a team building work environment. Specialized skill in customer service, communication, the ability to establish relationships and network. Okay. You can't ask her.
No.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, of course, the question is, according to this, she works for A+ Subs. Before that, she worked for Michael Kors.
And that's my area. Yeah, she is in my area because that's Carlsbad and
Mhm.
Alamo.
She was a teaching assistant for a while, personal assistant. So you come down here, you shouldn't be surprised if we come down here and maybe she lists she was in a network marketing company. Clearly outgoing.
Right. So sales.
All right. So reaching out, connecting with people like this is as easy as reaching into a bowl of candy and pulling out a green M&M. The green M&Ms represent people that are looking to build a business. Okay. But first, what you have to do is you have to adjust your profile, make yourself not just more visible, but you want to make yourself appealing to the people that you're looking to reach, that you're looking to talk to. All right. Now, and let me pop over here. So LinkedIn has added some new features that are going to make it easier, not just to connect with people, but to build relationships with people, because this is a relationship business.
Right.
And let me, all right. So people that are looking for business opportunity would be represented by the green M&Ms. Easy to search, easy to connect with people. Now, for those of you that are existing students, there are new ways to take your business to the next level on LinkedIn when you use some of these features that we're going to be introducing in our upcoming bootcamp. There are new ways to find perfect prospects to ensure that you're really picking the right people. And our project launch script has been revised with a whole transition strategy that we just started to introduce in January that makes it easier for you to bring up the business. And the big thing are new relationship building posting strategies. We have an example in a January boot camp of a woman that was a pharmacist who connected with someone that was a nurse. And he was a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. And at the initial part of the getting to know you conversation, she comes back and she finds out that he'd been in 5 network marketing companies, would never, ever do it again. All right. 8 months later, he signed up in her business. Now, if we go back and look at the amount of time that she spent actually texting, communicating with him over 8 months, it was under an hour.
Wow.
What cemented the relationship was posting, sharing thought-provoking messages, sharing personal development things that resonate with the people that you're trying to build relationships with. And again, there are now new ways to find perfect prospects. We're looking for business builders, not customers. Business builder is going to become a customer anyway. So if you know the professionals in your target audience, they're eager to connect with on LinkedIn and start a conversation. You can tell from the content of their profile. Talking to more of the right people will increase the number of people that you will enroll in your business. So knowing in advance, just from the content of their profile and their daily activity, you can pick out the people that you'd really want to connect with before you ever push the connect button and send them a message. Posting motivational, inspirational quotes every day will subtly build rapport and help establish relationships with your prospects faster. So let me do this. I'm going to put in the chat, where is it? Our boot camp. I'm going to put the links. The 4 different promotions. And let me, tonight at 9 o'clock, we have a special free training on a new LinkedIn feature that will speed up the relationship building process and help you close sales faster. But I put a link in the chat. One, and Karen, this is what I suggest you jump into boot camp. Now, boot camp's going to start on February the 15th. It was supposed to start tomorrow, and we've moved it back a week. So they all take place at night, 9 o'clock at night on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You'll get a profile guide. You'll get our scripts. Now, as soon as you register, all boot camp sessions are recorded. So if you can't make a session, they'll all be there for you. And if you have any kind of connections on LinkedIn already, you can experience almost immediate results. I got this from Terry. I'm in complete shock. I said, how fast your program goes. Man, I've never talked to as many qualified people in my business. I love that I can pick and choose. Since starting boot camp last week, I signed up 4 more new people. It's fast. Once you are positioned to be able to talk to people. So as soon as you all register for boot camp, and for those of you that are already in boot camp, we sent out a notice letting you know about the change. As soon as you register, you're going to have access to the recorded sessions of our January boot camp. Create your page, connect with people, communicate with them, close them. And in the January session, we had an extra session on the daily routine. So you can start working on those. And remember that every day we do these sessions where you can pop on and get your questions answered. I got somebody here that's a student that's talking to a prospect. We're going to take a look and see who she's talking to. All right. So it all comes down. Now, the one thing that I put in there that, the one link that I put in it that I don't have anything to show you. Whoops. Is a retreat combo. So this is a seat and boot camp plus a seat in our 3-day winter top runner retreat that's going to take place at the end of February. You'll get our 90-day game plan. Now we have a special promotion on the website, $279. What you're going to get is you'll be a seat in the February boot camp, 3 days in our top earner retreat. You get our 90-day game plan. So this is the best deal. Let me see what I put in here. And I put in a special promotion code. Click this. And use the promotion code. Go a bit fast. Click apply. And you get the whole shebang for $199. It's the best deal, training deal. And what we're going to teach in the retreat, we're going to teach you things about network marketing that nobody ever talks about. like the fact that every month hundreds of companies close. Now, what I'm going to do is let me back over here. See what the dentists have to say. Well, he wants my opinion or something, so. All right, so let me do this. I'm going to log out of my account. And yeah, Kim, it's I'll give that to you. Here is a link. For tonight's special training. So I'm going to go over here. So Gladys, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Natalie, Natalee. She should be right at the top of my messaging there.
Natalie D?
Yep.
Okay.
I just met her yesterday and she's hit me with a question that I don't know how to answer. So I thought I'm going to go to the prof.
Now, keep in mind that first and foremost, you never want to misrepresent. You never want to lie. You know, Mark Twain has a great quote. If you always tell if you always tell the truth, you never have to remember what you said. All right. So first, let's look at who you're talking to. So she's asking you.
I said to her, many of the recruiters that I've met on LinkedIn, and I probably should not have said recruiters specifically, but and that's why I'm kind of stumped because I don't want to lie to her.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see who you're talking to. Seeking a recruiting role, energetic talent manager, talent branding professional, leader. All right. And so we come down here. I excel at developing long-term recruitment strategies. All right. So she's basically telling you what her experience is. Now, she worked for this company for 1 year and 4 months. Then we come down here, and then she worked at this other company. 2 years. So all of her experience would appear recruiting. Well, so we're talking about got 14 years recruiting experience. Now the first, let's come back and let's look. conversation. So you reached out to her on Tuesday. And she accepted it right away. And so how is 2024 going for you? Seeking a new recruitment role. Okay? You look at her profile. According to this, she stopped working here last July. Right? August, September, October, November, December. Just so according to this, she hasn't been working for 6 months. Now, I'm giving you a recipe. Yes. I'm giving you a recipe to a key lime pie, the world's best key lime pie. There is not a better recipe. You follow the recipe to the letter, and everybody that eats that pie is going to think you are a master. All right? But there's no substitutions. It calls for a half a cup of sugar. Can't substitute the sugar for any other white. You can't put a half a cup of salt. Can't put a half a cup of baking soda. Nothing. It's got to be sugar. Okay?
Yes.
So this is an example where if you don't, there's a system. It's a process. And if you follow the script and you follow the process, the conversation is going to go exactly like you want it to go. Deviate from the process. Deviate from the process, which you've done. And you end up where you are now. All right?
Right.
So first and foremost, we sent her this. She accepted it right away. All right? Now, how is 2024 going for you? I'm having my best year ever. But we want to answer the question, but your job search. What prompted you to get into the recruiting business? That's not the question. The question is either why did you leave your last job? It was a year ago. What have you been doing for work since you left your last job? We want to know what she's doing. So what prompted you to get into the recruiting profession? That's not a bad question. But it's behind 7 or 8 other better questions. Why did you leave, your last job? Now, what prompted you to get into recruiting? It's not a bad question. But that's a general question about her career. We want to find out about now. What have you been doing for work? Because she could be working at a Burger King or a McDonald's, but she's not going to put that on her profile because it doesn't belong there. But she needs money. She needs money. All right? So A friend referred me to a healthcare staffing company. I would be great at recruiting. However, each day that goes by without employment makes me wonder about this profession. The system is broken for job seeker. It's bananas.
Why this writer?
So she said,
Okay.
I love, you know, I see you're from Canada.
Yeah, and then we got into a bit of a chit-chatting,
Can't find them.
talking too much as I usually do.
Okay.
But further down, I tried to pick it up again.
Okay. Well, you can always pick it back up again.
Yeah,
So this is part of the, okay, now she's giving you what prompted you, okay?
yes,
It would be great to remember every answer that you get provides the seed for another question that you can bring it back on track. So she says here, each day that goes by without employment, it makes me wonder about this profession. You ask open-ended questions.
yeah.
Begin with who, what, when, where, how, and why.
Mhm.
So how long has it been since you've been unemployed?
Mhm.
Why do you think it's so hard, to get another job? System is broken for job seekers. How is it broken? You get them talking about their current condition. You get them to think of it, because there's, when they verbalize it to you, it's in you're getting them to talk about it. So
Yeah.
now I love Canadians. Okay, now
Yeah.
all of this,
Totally unnecessary.
it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Okay,
Yeah.
none of it.
Yeah. And
Now,
in the next message, I went back to what she was talking about.
but you don't ask a question. Every time you send a message to someone, Karen, I sent you the link. I hope to see you in boot camp.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
So here you've got, okay,
Okay, so that's where I asked the question, probably jumped on this too soon.
well,
Don't be
again,
done, right?
well, yeah, but not only that, but it's the wrong question. Okay? A lot of recruiters that I met on LinkedIn are turning to the internet today to make full-time salary or extra income. Have you ever thought about doing anything like that? Okay. Now, I guess if we had our coaching session the other day, we would have gone into it now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so here. There are people in all kinds of fields that, do I know someone personally? Now, the thing is, you don't,
No, I don't.
okay? However, you could check with your upline. Does anybody know anybody in the company that was a recruiter before they get into our business? All right?
Yeah,
That, is going to take a little time. But in the meantime, the one thing that you're missing here, I don't see any posts. I don't see anything, I don't see that. I don't see the posts. Posting is what sets you apart
yeah.
from everybody else. So we still have to. Okay, so what you're going to do here? You're gonna send this. Then you're gonna put in the rest of the line. I just sent this to a good friend, thought you'd appreciate it too. I usually send these out to my friends on a daily basis. I hope you like it. Then the question is going to be, how long have you been out of work? Now, we want to address this. And what you're going to say is, I know people in many professions that have. So let me ask you a personal question. Do you know people on your team or people that um, left their jobs or their careers to get into network marketing full time?
My direct.
You know anybody?
Yes.
Okay. So then you're going to say, I know many people personally who have transitioned out of what they were doing. Okay. So that's the question that, yeah, I know a lot of people. And then the question is, how long has it been since you've been working? And when she comes back and tells you that, how are you surviving financially?
Okay, a lot of this she had said in the post, the last post the post that I saw, which prompted me to connect with her, but I guess it's probably a good idea to ask it again.
Forget about the post.
Yeah, okay.
What they post out there doesn't necessarily equal what they're going to say to you privately, one-on-one. Okay, they're making a big broadcast. But when you're talking to them privately, so what do we want to know? First, how long has it been? How is she surviving financially? What is it about recruiting? What is it about being a recruiter that you love so much? Let her tell you. Let her tell you. I love helping people. I like helping people transition from, get what she's going to tell you is going to give you the opportunity to come back and say, hey, no wonder LinkedIn suggested we connect, because that's what I do. Okay, that's what I do. When you stop and think about it, she's saying here, do you know anyone who made the transition? I know a lot of people that made the I know people made the transition into many things besides recruiting. Besides recruiting. Because we basically do the same thing. Only, and I can go into that, with you, but you got to get back on track.
Right.
What does she like so much about being a recruiter? Why is she having such a hard time to find a job? There are many. See that? Well, here. Now here, instead of have you ever thought about doing anything like that? What do you know about the network marketing business model? Would have been a little bit more, but at any event, you have to follow the scripts. Okay, I don't care what they say. You send that first message. Okay, she wrote right back, and she's asking you a question. All right, so this is similar like it. Okay, you know, thanks for connecting. I've met some wonderful. See, again, you change the script, you change the message. Thanks for connecting with me. I've met some wonderful and amazing people that have connected with me. Okay, so you're saying it a different way.
Shut it right out. Script
Okay.
book, Max.
It's in the script book.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, normally we end it with the, how long have you been on LinkedIn, et cetera.
right. Okay. So then.
Yeah.
So here, I have great plans for this. Okay. So 2024 is going well for me. Period. You could have added, you know, that little line about what you do, you know, and I've got a growing internet business, so this is gonna be a great year for me. This whole part here is where you veer it off. And again, where's the image? Where is the motivating quote, like living your dreams? Putting these things.
This is kind of like within an hour or so, the
Okay, all right.
it's it was a back and forth, almost like a real-time conversation, so
Oh, I understand that.
yeah, didn't think to put the images in between.
The power of that image, and I have to go. The power, the effect, putting things like that in front of people before a conversation, during a conversation, or after a conversation sets you apart from everybody else you're talking to. I'll be back at 4 o'clock. And
Thanks, Max.
you're welcome. We'll see all of you tonight. We'll see you all.